Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. It's going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm doing an update on the Affinity Cup. I dropped the teams yesterday. I just want to go through a bit more detail about what's actually happening, when it's happening, and how it's going to work. I'm going to cut straight to the teams so that it's really clear. There is 2 teams of 4 content creators. Team Dragon is going to be me, Murder Inc., J Diggs, and Kizzle. We're up against another team, Team Spider, who are going to lose, which is Stew Gaming, Chosen, Cold Brew, and the Saffron Man. I dropped a video yesterday, which I'll link at the end of this, which shows which affinity we've all been given for this fight. On each team, we're going to have one rival that we're going to try and take on in all of the different disciplines, as well as everyone else. But if we're able to beat our rival, we get additional points. So my faction, my affinity is going to be Void, and I'm up against Chosen. And then there's going to be other rivals. So Murder Inc. is taking on Cold Brew, J Diggs is taking on the Saffron Man, and Stew Gaming is taking on Kizzle. So that's going to be really cool to see how those rivalries play out. This is going to be a really, really cool event. So basically, it's going to be a 3-week stint. Each members will be locked on the affinity, as I've just said, and we will get points based on where we feature against each other. So all 8 people are going to be competing week 1 on Campaign and Dragon. The person who does the best in those disciplines will get 10 points for each. There's points for each. 10 points. Second place will get 9. Third place will get 8. Fourth will get 7, etc., etc., down to 8th place, which is going to get 3 points. So best person's going to get 10 down to 3. So it's possible that Team Dragon could get 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and absolutely smash a discipline. We're also going to get additional points awarded for beating our affinity rival. So if I beat Chosen on campaign events, I'm going to gain an additional 3 points for my team. And at the end of the day, it's whichever team can come out on top. A bit like the Ryder Cup, Europeans versus the Americans. This is going to be Team Spider against Team Dragon. Which team can win the day after 3 weeks? So week 1, we're going to be up against each other on campaign. How far can we get? How many stars can we get? And there'll be one stage that we've picked where we say, right, who can get the fastest speed clear? Week 1 will also be Dragon. Who can get to the highest stage? And if we're on equal stages, who can do it the quickest? Week 2, we're going to go on to then Ice Golem and Spider. Same sort of thing as Dragon. Who can push that the hardest? And then week 3, we're going to finish off with Faction Wars and Fire Night. So for Faction Wars, we're going to be starting that from day 1. But who's going to get the most stars across all of the Faction Wars discipline? And for Fire Night, similar to the Dragon event again. But on each week, there will be a contest on Arena. So who finishes highest in the table? And there's bonus points if you can get yourself into Platinum by the end of the competition. That feels really unlikely because I've only just scraped into Platinum with like a super high-end team. So that's probably going to be a no. And then there's also going to be a weekly competition on Clan Boss. So who can get to the highest difficulty? And to score points on that difficulty, you have to free key it. And then there'll be bonus points if you can 2-key Nightmare and bonus points if you can 3-key Ultra Nightmare by the end. I don't know if that's possible, guys. It's just stuff to put in there for a bit of fun. So each week we've got different disciplines. We've all set up our accounts and they're all going to be kind of like a turbocharged account. We have changed a little bit here around shards. So Chosen and I are going to get less shards than we originally thought because it felt a little bit too weighted in favour of us. I'm just going to change it as we talk. So what's going to happen then? Everyone's going to get a turbocharged account. We're all going to have a shard opening session against our rival throughout this week. So from tomorrow, which is Tuesday, it's going to be Cold Brew versus Murder Inc. Then it's going to be Stew and Kizzle on Wednesday. Then it's going to be Saffron Man and J Diggs on Thursday. And then finally, myself and Chosen on Friday, battling it out to see who can pull the best shards. As soon as Chosen's video and my video go live, the competition will start Friday. Hopefully everybody's going to be streaming it. I definitely will be, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Sorry, Kaya, you're in the way. Everyone's going to get additional energy, silver, brews, some chickens, some tomes, just to give us a bit of a turbocharge so that you guys can see us progress through different stages of the game at a decent speed. You can use auto clickers and that type of stuff. legendaries have to guard the vault. Really important rule. We don't want one person pulling the legendary and just luckily whitewashing everyone else because it doesn't feel like it's the right thing to do. And then you're going to get regular updates from all of us on probably every other day, I'd imagine, just to sort of see how the accounts are progressing and to see what we're doing. So in this video, what I want to do is just talk you through what would be my dream teams. So, I'm going to be on Void Affinity, up against Chosen. And for me, I'm already thinking ahead to think, well, there's points up for grabs in the arena every single week and for Clan Boss every single week. So I really want to specialize in those two areas because I want to beat Chosen in those two areas every single week and get additional points for my team. And then obviously we need to get a dungeon team going for the rest of it. So for me, I'm going to split it into those 3 different areas. I do have my own tier list, which I'm sure you guys, or a lot of you guys might have seen. I've been filtering out the old voids here on epics and rares, trying to just get a gauge in my head of what would I love to see. What would be my kind of dream team for different areas. And obviously I scale it by sort of dungeon content, arena, and clan boss. So it's quite easy for me just to sort of filter out what I think is going to be good. But for me, in the rares, I definitely would love to see a Reliquary Tender. It would help me a ton. Cold Heart would help me a ton. But if I'm thinking, right, first, who's going to be my arena team? Who would I love to see? Then there would definitely be Skull Crown. Skull Crown would be top of the list for my arena. Lure would be amazing as well. Seer would be amazing. Umbral Enchantress would be amazing. I'd actually love to get myself a Golden Reaper nice and early. That would be insane. If I didn't get a Golden Reaper, I'd love to see a Haruspex instead, who could give me a bit of a speed lead and potentially a revive. Who else was there? Faceless and Gala with 2 other epics that I thought would be quite cool to have on the account for the arena. If I then think about who would be Clan Boss, well, believe it or not, people are saying, oh, Void's going to be the easiest. Clan Boss, there's not any poisonous. Like, there is no quality poisonous in the Void category. So that is going to be a really, really tough thing to drive damage. When I was looking through this, the best I can find is Rowan. Rowan does throw out poisons. She's really squishy. She's not great. Guys, if you've got any ideas about poisoners or decent clan boss damage champions, throw it out there. So far, what I'm looking at is I'd love to see a Paidma just for that decreased attack. I'd love to see a Golden Reaper nice and early. There's no counter attack available, so there's nothing like that going on. I would love to see from the rares maybe someone like a Bulwark or a Veteran would help me out. Painkeeper could be useful to reset cooldowns. But then it's probably going to be looking to people like Madame Cerise for the decreased attack and defense. She'd be a good all-rounder for me as well. People like maybe Whisper, Gala Long Braids going in for attack damage instead of going in for poison damage. Cardinal could be nice for Resurrection Champion and a little bit of poison. Maneater would be good. But they seem to have a lot of decreased attack type champions, but not much in the way of clan boss damage, which could be tough to get those points that I want. For dungeons, though, there's a lot of champions that could be useful here. So Cold Heart in the rares, Reliquary Tender, Painkeeper, Doomscreech, Fellhound. Lots of champions that could work for me there. Bellower, Seer, Skull Crown, Umbral. Some really, really good champions that would come out. So I'm hoping to see at least 3 epics from my Void pools. And that's not a lot from... that's pretty tough from 25 Void shards, I can tell you that now. If I get 3 epics, I'll be really pleased with that. And hopefully some of these ones that are scoring high points on my tables. So, yeah, look, I'm absolutely psyched for it. I'm really looking forward to taking on Chosen. It's actually a massively tough competitor. I saw that in Gold Rush. I've seen it in other times before. He goes hard and he plays long. And, I need to try and match that myself. I'm going to be streaming it on Twitch whenever I can. I stream 5 nights a week. So if you've not followed me so far, follow me on the link below. Come and join in. Come and let me know what you would do. And also, guys, if I'm missing anyone here, who would be your top picks for Void champions for different areas of the game? So who would be your kind of top 5 for the arena? Who would be your top 5 for Clan Boss? And who would be your top 5 to go and take on the dungeons? And I want to see some rares in there, guys, because I am only going to have so many epics to deal with. I'm really looking forward to this competition. I'm pleased that Plarium allowed me to put this on, and I'm pleased that the other content creators are absolutely getting behind it as well. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Get behind everybody. Make sure you follow everybody that's involved in this, because we're all going to be throwing out videos this week, and towards the end of the week, we're going to be actually kicking it off. So anyway, I've been Hell Hades. Let's get on it.